That's it. I've got to talk, because I've got some things to say about silence. And if you're reading on your phone, you're probably super frustrated already. In any case, here's the 3 things that I want to tell you about silence, and why I think mastering the ability to use silence really shows mastery of the form of improv, really. Because I think a lot of times when, as improvisers first start out, the thing they gravitate towards, the thing they see, is people talking at each other as fast as they can. And I think that as you see more and more advanced teams, or people that have been doing it longer, they just kind of settle into it, and they can let some space, some breath into the scene. So number 1, I think one of the great things about using silence in the scene is it allows you to build up some tension. Okay? If your partner says something to you and you don't respond immediately, there's some tension, there's some thinking going on, there's something happening in between the lines, right? I think Michael Gelman mentioned it in this improv tip here. Bing! And it's like, what happens in between the lines? That's really it. That's really sort of the emotional reality of the scene. Okay? Number 2, it allows you to vary up the tempo of the scene. Right? As I said before, when people first start out, it's just like fast, 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 fast. And I love fast play, don't get me wrong, I do. But I think it's also really interesting when we can go fast and slow. As I tell my students, you want to really be riding the horse, and you tell the horse, when to go fast and when to go slow. You want the horse to be riding you, or sort of taking you wherever you want to go, right? You want to be in control of that thing. So, and silence is one way to do that. And so as a second part of this, 2B, how do we sort of usefully use silence in the scene without just standing there like a post? Well, I'm going to say that goes back to using the environment. One of my favorite subjects. If you look at a few different improv tips from the past, you'll see that in there. The ability to use the where liberates you to use the silence in an active manner, because you can show what you want to say, or show your emotion, or show your relationship, or show your big playable gift without having to talk about it. And I think that really opens it up to another level. And 3, silence is natural in human interactions, right? When someone says something, you take it in for a second. You don't respond right away as soon as you can. And I think it sort of gives the scene a little groundedness and a little reality that I rather like in scenes. And I think, especially in a Herald, I would love to see different kinds of scenes. Scenes that move fast, scenes that move slow, scenes that are small, scenes that are large. In fact, one of the things that Dell really liked about the Herald was variety. There is, in the DNA of the Herald, built-in variety. We start off and we do an opening. That's usually a group thing. And then a 2-person scene. And then a group scene or game. And then a 2-person scene. And then a group scene or game. And then 2-person scenes again. Dell liked the idea of this sort of like undulating sort of amount of people on stage, variety. And I think if we take that to the next step, silence helps us sort of vary up the kinds of scenes that we're doing. Okay? So try this out in your work this week. Try to experiment with silence. See how it works for you. Let me know. If you have a special exercise or a special thought about silence that really encourages you or reminds you or helps you use silence in an effective manner, put it in the comments down below, and I'll see you next week. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Please leave me a comment down below and tell me what you would like to hear an improv tip about. And also, please subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All the links are in the description down below. Thanks.